Do you really feel that these dog runs that are going to be a garden are not getting enough sun because they've got silver tops? Let's talk about that, because I think it's worth a conversation. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. In winter, mind you, and the sun is out and very bright today. So many of you have asked me, why am I leaving these silver tarps up on the dog kennel? Well, the main reason I'm leaving them up is this is how it came. And I think it's important to kind of, for me, to use it as it came. Less work, makes it easy, and we'll see how it goes. I could change this up in one day. Pull them off. I can put a clear top on top, something that's frosted, something with a little color, green or gray, and just drape it along the top and tie it down. That's what they use for a lot of greenhouses. But I want to see how it goes. Now, it is morning, so the sun is up in the sky, and we're going to get warmer. Not yet. In about maybe 5 or 6 months, we're going to get really hot. And at that point, I think the plants will appreciate it. But I want you to see this, because I stepped out to go collect greens right now and make a green drink for this afternoon. But look at this. Do you see the first dog kennel that's up against the house here? Up against my rainbow garden? Now look at that. And I know there's a big glare on my camera. I can see it myself as I'm doing this. Do you see how much sun the plants are actually getting? Look how this tomato plant is thriving here. I mean, this thing is just going to take off. It's in a nothing container, which is fine as long as I keep it well watered and fertilized. But look at this. It is actually getting a lot of sun. As long as the sun can get to these dog kennels, look at this. Let's step over here. Look how much sun it's getting, and it's got a tarp. Yes, the sun is semi-low right now. See, there's the sun in the sky because we're in winter, and it's going to be up as we go into summer. But when we go into summer, what do we deal with? Heat. And a lot of heat can cause a lot of issues. I'm thinking, and again, we'll see, because like I said, we can change it up. I'm thinking this might work just perfectly fine the way it is for me. If, of course, because I always say this, your situation could be far different than mine. It could be where you're putting it, placement. If you've got it under a tree, look how shady it is down there, where all my turmeric grows, under the pepper tree. But I've got it out in the open. If you've got it in an open patio and you've got a lot of sun on your patio, I'm looking at this and thinking those plants are getting a whole lot of sun. And come summer, when it's super hot, and though they want the sun, they may not get as much sun, but they're going to get heat and indirect light from the top. I do believe they'll still get sunlight. But as far as growing, it's getting enough protection from the wire. It's situated where it's got some protection from other plants and other things around it. And the plants are thriving in the winter. Now, we are getting into our colder months. We are now in January. January and February are some of our colder months here. But again, in Southern California, you never know. We could end up with a really warm winter this year and a very dry winter. And rain won't matter because I'm going to hand water in there anyway, so good or bad for the rain doesn't matter at all. But we never know from one season to the next what we're going to end up with. But what I wanted to show you today was the sunlight. As it stands in the winter, the way it is, these buildings, both of them, the long kennel, this is 2 kennels, by the way, and the shorter kennel, which is one kennel that's still, 8 foot long, 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide, is getting so much sun. The things that I'm putting in there to just hold for the winter are not being held. They're growing. I got tomatoes starting. I've got lettuce growing. I've got plants that need water. I've got thyme, mint. No mint. I have mushroom plants. Sorry about that. I'm propagating in here. See what I'm doing here? I'm constantly making compost tea. I need to get some more water in there. I can drop leaves in there. I make my own fertilizer. Basically, everything in here is free right now. I have no potting soil. This is soil that I created that came out of other totes. Free. I've got these plants everything in this container free. The tree collard, the cuttings of flower. You know, this was taken on a walk. These are some wild daisies. I don't know if this one will make, actually it's doing good. This one's making it. Hibiscus, look at this, free. So I have free plants, free soil, and I'll step back, free compost tea, which is fertilizer, and free compost. So everything in here is pretty free. And it's getting plenty of sunlight. So talking about sunlight with the top that's this thick, I can leave it. Now, I've told you we can cut holes. We could put tulle over it. There's a lot of things we could do. I can cut it on the top and bring in more sunlight. And maybe this summer, I'll look at it and think, I want to cut it. Now, why would I want to cut this instead of just putting it with plastic? If I put clear plastic over this in Southern California when we're hot, I'm going to bake my plants, and when they don't want to be baked, they want to grow and bask in the sunlight, whatever sunlight they get. So it may work fine, but I could slice it open, put some clear or tulle on top, give a little more airflow, and then I could change it up if I want. They actually do sell these replacement tops. You can get those, and they're about $50. So if I mess it up and I have to get a new top, so be it. But I wouldn't do them all because I have 2 tops on this one. Since 2 of them are put together, I would experiment with one and see how it goes. This end, because we extended it, has no top at all. I'm simply going to drape tulle in here. So as it rains, whenever it's going to rain here in Southern California, whatever I grow in those 2 totes and whatever's next to it is going to get rain. And it is getting sun. But I want you to see how much sun is coming through. Plants don't necessarily need to be sitting in direct sunlight for 10 hours if we've got that much sun. If you think about Gary's garden, he's got the whole thing covered in slats of wood. And what it is he's getting on his plants sunshade all day. And they're doing fabulous. Plants actually appreciate a little bit of shade, especially when it's hot. So I think we're going to be okay. I think there's going to be plenty of sunlight. I mean, I've got trees here, but these trees are way too low to block the sun, obviously. So I think it's going to be all right. And you'll watch with me because I'm going to learn as well. This is going to be the first year that I'm really growing in a dog kennel. Because as you know, we grow all over the place, but this is new to me, and I am taking you with me as we turn a dog kennel into a pest-controlled, insect-controlled garden that everything in there, theoretically, belongs to me. So with that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow and ask your questions because it gets my mind rolling, thinking about, how do I answer that? What are my thoughts? I love it. Bye-bye, everybody.